Hello, my name is Kathryn Jackson, and my research focuses on gender and sexuality in ancient Greco-Roman history. Gender and sexuality in ancient history fuels how we look at gender and sexuality today. To analyze and examine the past, we must look at how poetry, prose, and the arts dictate the present and past. One fact that must be understood is that sexuality in particular was viewed in vastly different ways and terms by ancient people in comparison to current times. Throughout my research, I studied ancient texts from Hesiod and Sappho to Ovid and Catullus. I mainly focused on Hesiod's theogony, Sappho's fragments, Ovid's love poems, and Catullus's poetry. There are recurring themes within these primary sources. In terms of gender, much of it is seen through a misogynistic lens, while in sexuality terms, sexuality seems to be more fluid under a Greek concept rather than its Roman counterparts. In Hesiod's Theogony, a Greek work, it is a piece about the conception of the world, a cosmology story, yet here women are viewed more as a punishment for men. Female deities are seen as cunning, performing nasty tricks, and showing insatiable wrath, and surrendering or submitting to other gods. In Sappho's Fragments, another Greek work, they are atmospheric, fragmented poems. Much of it is lost to time, but we are still able to see some of Sappho's work in these fragmented poems. In this translation by Anne Carson, female homosexuality, or women-loving women poetry, is viewed as wholesome and delicate. These fragmented poems are of course written by Sappho, a female poet, and depict the idealized relationship between women that differs with the common violence that permeates much of the work written by male poets and writers of ancient times. In Ovid's love poems, a Roman work, women are seen as being a possession. Women are either nimble or rigid, demure or stern. Again, women are seen as cunning and clever within these poems. Women lack autonomy in the way their male counterparts gain it. Women are meant to be pursued by men, and violence and punishment against women are used as allegories for men's condition. This draws similarities with Hesiod's Theogony. Finally, Catullus's poems, another Roman work, sexuality is displayed in some of his earlier poems. They display male-male relationships despite Romans thinking that Greek same-sex relationships were rather peculiar. In a brief conclusion, gender and sexuality are significant topics against the backdrop of Greco-Roman ancient history.